Hey everybody, Catholic Anarchist here. So I just wanted to make this video. I know I haven't made a video in a long time, but I want to make this video on how to have anarchy and have the health system be a proper way. And I want to point this out, and I was going to try to make another video on this actually, that the opiate epidemic too is a completely avoidable, epidemic that it's really being created by the government. I actually want to put that in a separate video, but I want to point that out in a couple times in this video, and that's one of the times I'm going to say it, because it is. And I'm going to explain why that anarchism is a way of being able to avoid the epidemic of the opiate epidemic and a lot of these epidemics that happen with health issues. So one of the things is because the reason that we have these epidemics is because the government, again, is in control of everything health-wise, the laws that we have with health, our health system, and the laws that have been there to regulate the food and drugs and whatever it is, that they create the laws. The government creates these laws for everything. Obviously, we see so many laws, and like I said, anarchism tears down those laws. And if you want to see that video of why anarchism is better, you can check out my beginning case of Catholic anarchism video. But this video will point out that when you don't have laws in a one government system for health reasons, again, I'm saying laws for health and drugs and whatever it is, like supplements, whatever you want to, whatever kind of drug laws there are, and for our health, so that our health, we can get what we need. We don't need laws for these things because it creates more problems. And one of the reasons is because when you have laws, you create a barrier for people to get their health needs. And when I say that, let's say somebody has diabetes and they can't get insulin. They just can't. They can't afford it. And in this society, it's illegal to really sell it. Technically, it is. It's illegal to sell it without having a doctor write a prescription for it. And in this society today in America, you have to go to a doctor. You have to go to the doctor in order to get your script written out. And that's a barrier because some people may not be able to get that script. There are doctors, I know it sounds ridiculous, what doctor would want to write a script of insulin for a person that's diabetic? Well, it can happen. And not only can that happen, but there can be an issue of the person not affording it. So if you take that away from them, they're going to die, obviously, and they're not going to be able to get their health need. And this is just one example, But if you take that government system away that creates the laws that say, okay, you can't have this without government or the doctor saying so, and you can literally just go pick it up at any store because it's a privatized business that is selling it. It creates more problems when you have the law, but it has no problems when you can just pick it up at the store because you have an insulin issue that you need to go buy it. And if you just go pick it up. Now, people are going to argue and say, well, the reason that we have doctors and stuff is because people aren't informed and they need to be more informed by a professional. And that's the reason that they have that. Well, my answer to that is get informed. I mean, we don't have to be idiots and let these quote unquote people that go 8 years to school be the ones that are going to be the arbiters of who say that we can and can't get what, and tell us like the information that on our health when we know our body's the best. You know your body the best, not some person that went to school for 8 years and thinks he knows what your body is out of all the millions of people in the world that have different bodies. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, get informed is the answer to that. Really, that's a simple answer. It sounds petty, but it's the truth. So get informed. And that's the way that we can survive in a society. Understand your health, see what the side effects are to things. And I'm going to touch up on the opiate epidemic thing, but I'm going to make a separate video on that. I just still want to touch up on it The quick summary of that is the reason that we have an epidemic is because of the laws that are happening. And the reason that the epidemic is happening is because the laws are creating more of a problem. You know, people are going to jail just because they want to buy stuff. And not only that, the sellers are getting in trouble. And but they should. I mean, obviously, if they're killing people, it's like it's a problem. But what I'm trying to say is the reason that they're doing such shady things is because it's not legal. You know, they're going around the street corner trying to hide, and it's like you're getting some shady substance of painkillers, fentanyl, whatever it is. So again, I don't want to go off in the whole opiate epidemic thing in this video, but I want to say that the laws are creating the problem and creating these bad drug deals, and not only that, you know, pressed pills of fentanyl. You know, people are in pain, whether they're in pain or they're in, you know, addiction. It shouldn't be that they don't know what they're getting. You know, in an anarchistic society, you would know what you're getting. I mean, obviously, you would have to be able to own up to what you're selling, or else there's going to be an issue, and people are going to, you know, oust you for that. So, to say the least, in an anarchistic society. So, what I'm trying to say is, in the outlawing of prescription meds, people are in pain and they're doing whatever they can to get painkillers. Long story short, again, I don't want to go off on it. Long story short, people are going on the streets getting pressed pills of fentanyl and dying because it's either too strong and they're not able to understand what it is because it's not sold in a way that's proper. But in an anarchistic society, they could get what they needed in a store and properly get what they would be looking for. And I know it sounds ridiculous, and people are like, oh my God, like, how could you say that? Well, it's the truth, and people just haven't looked at it that way. People are too afraid of being free. Now, my whole thing is, I've said this plenty of times, that the way to help yourself is not by going to drugs immediately. Drugs are a crutch. I've always said that. They are a crutch to help people. Like man-made substances is what I mean. Drugs like that are a crutch to help people. What really people should be doing, and then what really people should be doing is, I say, you pray to God for it, you ask God to help you, and keep constantly giving your energy to God to help you through this. If that doesn't work, go to supplements for a longer term solution, like supplements that could help with pain that are like natural, holistic ways is basically what I'm saying. And if that doesn't work, the immediate relief is the crutch, a drug. That's when you go to the drug. It's like the third option. You know, really it's a immediate solution to go to a drug. So, but it shouldn't be the long term solution. It should really be the shortest term solution if you're going to use it at all. Because it's there to help you get through your pain, and then you got to figure out what the pain is. Now, some people have to be on a strong narcotic. It's just the way it goes to help their pain. Again, I don't want to make this whole pain video, but what I'm saying is the government should not have a say in what people need for themselves. If they need to get out of pain, the government shouldn't be able to determine, well, you can't legally get this off, you know, some street corner of a store, when really people should be allowed to. There should be a legal right to be able to get what you need properly and in a way that's good. And you know what you're getting. So with whatever it is, it doesn't have to be just painkillers. It can be asthma medication, you know. I am an asthmatic. I have inhalers all over the place because, yeah, it's easier to get an inhaler for me. But the thing is, sometimes it used to not be easy. And I had to wait for a while to get my insurance to approve things. And isn't it crazy? I can't just go on the street corner and get that albuterol sulfate inhaler because the pharmacies say you have to get a doctor to prescribe it. That's crazy to me. Something that helps me breathe, I can't go and buy when I know it's going to help me. You know, there's no side effects for me at all having it around. I have a bunch of them. So why do I have to go pick it up? You know, it's just ridiculous. So what I'm saying is the government should not have a say. And then, you know, it's illegal to sell it technically, right? The government should not have a say in anything like that. They shouldn't. No doctor should either. If people want to sell that, they should be able to sell it and, yes, get profit off of it. Um, there are ways too to figure out how to make it so it's not some sketchy product. And again, there's accountability there still even in an anarchistic society to be able to have sales of these drugs or these pharmaceutical supplies that you can have it and still coincide with the anarchistic society that I just said. So, anyways, this is what the video is about, really. I kind of didn't want to make it a long video, but I want to just say that the laws are creating more problems. I'm going to go into some stats. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put the stats in pictures on this video. It'll pop up in this, but I don't have to even go too far into it. Like I said, I'm going to make it a short video. So anyways, I just want to say thank you everybody for watching this video. God bless you. And as said, this to summarize everything, there's 3 ways of handling how to help yourself in a holistic way, as opposed to the man-made pharmaceutical way. One is to pray to God always and ask for miracle in your health. 2 is to use the holistic way that God has in this world for all these different types of plants that are natural and whatever it is that you can eat that God has created. And 3 would be at that step, if those two first things aren't being granted through God's will, it's to use the crutch of the pharmaceutical drugs that are man-made. So thank you guys, and this goes in with the anarchistic views that I've put. God bless you, stay well, and I look forward to making another video. Take care.